Hi everyone, it's JJ from Bleuwave and another edition of Bleuwave Live. On our last episode, talked about speed and how that was an advantage in the marketplace. And the next part of that, or the evolution into that, is let's say someone calls you, or let's say that effectiveness of being first to market over your competitor allows you to meet with that client or allows you that sales opportunity. What happens next? And it was very appropriate because in the last 48 hours or so I've had a humbling experience where I was able to do that, and now I can convey some stories to all of you as far as what does that look like. So yesterday in particular, I was there as a representative for a repeat customer, and it really almost had nothing to do with construction. It had everything to do with our value proposition and the questions I was asking about adding value to the equation. So yes, there had to be a construction component. I mean, that's the tangible barrier to entry, if you will, or the lowest common denominator. But what was very profound and validating for me in my position was them asking me questions that were outside what I would consider a normal GC realm. And by answering those with just a solid conviction, or even in some cases, if you don't know, don't fake it and don't lie about it. But in this case, I had a strong opinion and experience in this venue where I could add value to that conversation. So coming out of that, it felt tremendous that me representing Bleuwave could offer that kind of advice and endear ourselves to that client even more. And now to a whole nother level of consultants, excuse me, that were surrounding this project. And I felt very good about it, but it was more of almost an intrinsic win than it was the project itself. And so I'm offering this story so it gives you hope that you can do it too. And it made me think that our subcontractors and trade partners can leverage this probably better than most. In other words, your upside in that relationship is even greater. You have greater capacity than I do as a general contractor. So when I think of my most trusted and our most trusted relationships with our trade partners and subcontractors, it's those. Yes, you have to be a good person, and yes, you have to have good organization and all those things, but it's those that have that value-added proposition in their equation that I repeatedly go back to. And they've developed into very cordial friendships and trust factors where I know that I can rely on them, that if there's something outside of the proverbial scope, they embrace it with open arms. And we too can do that, and that, quite honestly, is where the biggest arbitrage in the market is yet to be played for all of us. In other words, it's when that question comes up, can you do it? By and large, unless it's just almost impossible, your answer should be yes. Figure out the solution within your bandwidth and then monetize it in a way that's market driven and market fair, that sets you apart from your competition. In my younger days, I would have never done that. Now, with a level of maturation, it becomes easier and easier, and you can apply it more and more. So I again offer this for everyone listening, that there's tremendous hope and upside in adding those kind of services and just being genuine to that value proposition. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of encouragement to go out and say yes and fail forward. Thank you. Look for the next episode soon.